Welcome to James Trent Arena in beautiful Kettering, Ohio, as we start the 20th edition of one of the premier showcases in the country for high school basketball, Flyin to the Hoop, sponsored by Beacon Orthopedics. My name is Matt Baker. My partner for this exciting matchup that we're looking forward to is EJ Lamb. The SUV TV is pleased to offer today's matchup between Combine Academy Goats and the Lutheran East Falcons.
The Falcons, that should be easy to remember.
Yes, there we go. Lutheran East at 8-1, one of the top teams in the Buckeye State, and a team that has been in 6 straight Final Forums. Will get a chance to showcase its talented roster at once of the nation's best in Combine Academy. The Lou, as they are known, has championship competition or a combination of talented young and big game experience. Handful of returnees from last year's state semifinalist squad features 6'9" junior Jesse McCollum, offering from Big Ten, Big East, Atlantic 10, and SEC, among others, and a walking bucket in senior Cody Head. The former is off to an all-state worthy state, averaging 17 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 blocks thus far in 2022, while Head has games of 31 and 41 points already, while averaging 25 points and 6 assists in their first 6 wins. Senior Nelson Johnson and Chauncey Brasher's junior Alan Mallory were also key contributors to last year's success. The list of newcomers may be just as impressive, led by prize freshman TJ Crum, who has offers from Virginia State, Missouri, Ole Miss, and LSU. Sophomore of Bakadislu, coming off an ACL tear from last December, is now in the mix. Junior Ronald Taylor and junior Anthony Bruce provide even more depth for the Falcons. Coach Sam Lincoln's team, despite its size and length, will be challenged for an equally or more gifted Combine Academy roster. It'll be interesting to monitor how the Falcons perform against the size, talent, and athleticism of the now 24-3 Combine Academy Goats.
Going to be a good one here.
Absolutely. I got to call the Combine Academy Goats in the very first game of this showcase versus the Keystone Kings out of Pennsylvania, and it was an absolute joy because it ended up actually in an overtime contest won by Combine. So we're going to see right off the bat if athleticism can spark against athleticism, because both of these teams are going to be able to get up and down the court at will. Led by Trentyn Flowers, what some consider the #1 junior in the country. It looks like Asa White is going to jump for Combine. And Jesse McCollum for the Falcons. Controlled by the Falcons. That's Brasher's over to #1, Head. Cody Head gets it back to Brashers. And we'll see what defensively it looks like. They're coming out a little bit of a matchup zone is Combine, and immediately a 3-point basket.
Jesse McCullough with the bucket. Big man with the shot there.
And if he can pull out behind the arc and make those kind of shots, it may be a long night for Combine. Passmore with the ball. Couple moves, gets it outside to White. That's from Tanner. Demary, it was the leading scorer the other night. He has the ball in his hands now. Campbell, an University of Elon commit, is going to get the foul shot to go down from about 12 feet out.
Nice bucket for the big man there.
Kendall Campbell with a lot of size to him. Very physical player. McCollum short on that shot, but the rebound by #2 is Johnson. Kicks it back out to McCollum again. And
he
this
don't care.
time,
Grip and rip it, baby.
He'll take another one from behind the arc. 6-2 is your score.
Looks like it's going to go to the Lutheran East here.
Actually, it's going to be Campbell with a moving screen, so he's going to get a foul called on him. That's going to be his first, team first. The home Combine Academy are in white. The visiting Lutheran East Falcons are in gray.
Now, do we see Trentyn Flowers out there? Or am I missing?
No, he is not actually right now. In fact, I'm going to try to pick him up in the crowd, and I don't even see him on the bench unless he's taking the rolls out. So he may have had to have left or possibly is injured based on that game the other night. So
nice take there.
Demary finishes with contact into the hands of Chauncey Brashers. They break the press and get it out to number 4. That's Crumble, the freshman, very highly touted freshman. And Passmore with the slam, bringing it down hard with the right hand, and
nice
that's
play.
emphatic to let them know that the Goats are here.
Yeah, the Goats are here, and they can fly. Have you seen flying goats? I have.
McCullum gets it from number 11. That's Brashers. Brashers over to Head. Head stops and kicks it out to number 2. That's Johnson. McCullum trying to go underneath. Doesn't find the basket there. Passmore, the ball's in his hand. He dumps it off to Tanner. Tanner to Passmore again. Passmore having a little fun with his defender, but unfortunately it goes out of bounds, and Silas says, you know what, that's on me. I didn't cut the right way. Did you see Silas Demary jumping it off to Passmore and the big dunk?
Yeah, with authority.
Finishing with that right hand strong.
Nice dunk. Nice pick set up there. And he drains it. The three-point percentage is going up here for Lutheran.
Cody Head, he gets that 3-point to go down. That's 3 for the Falcons. Back cut attempted by Silas. Unfortunately, not open. He goes over the top in order to get that rebound. They're going to find him on a body foul there. The ball gets turned over to the Falcons.
And you're the Falcons. You come out 9-6. You hit 3 3-pointers. You like that percentage all the time. We have a height on McCullough here. He looks like a big man. I couldn't find.
If I were to guess, I'd say about 6'11" if I were to.
Yeah, he looks like a big boy down there. But,
Yeah.
man, can he shoot from downtown as well?
They list him actually 6'9", so
Okay.
they call him a 6'9" junior. He keeps his ball and the ball in his hands at the perimeter as well. He's not afraid to shoot, as we could already see, but now he's trying to find some space underneath, which he finds. A mismatch on Demary. He just goes over top of him.
Yeah, great playing out of McCullough tonight. Start this game off.
And knocked out of bounds by number 1. That's Head. He's been around the ball quite a bit.
Yeah. Intense game here so far, and if you're Combine, you don't see Trentyn Flowers out there. You're going to have to play without him, maybe, like you said, possibly injured or something else. So everybody's got to step up in a night like tonight.
22's in the game for Combine. That's Brown. Passmore gets it to Tanner. Tanner's an interesting story. Talked to Coach earlier in this week, and he did not start at the beginning of the year, but Coach said he's just earned it. He's earned the opportunity and the chance to start, so he's been doing that the last few games, and they've actually had some success on that.
Yeah, that's how you do it. You earn that position. You make somebody beat you out of it, and you work hard.
Demary, the USC commit, is your team leader, both emotionally and usually in points, but he's willing to give the ball up because he knows that's what a good point guard does if needed.
Yeah. You know, in each level of play, you go to play on this level in prep schools and national teams, you understand that the talent level is another level. You got to work hard to make that roster and to play, make that starting rotation. And these guys realize that. They put the time and they put the work in to play at this level.
Yeah, most of these guys on Combine have D1 offers. Quite a few also are coming across for Lutheran East, which is a perennial powerhouse. Unfortunately, call for travel is number 11. That's Brashers. Lutheran East has had 7 consecutive district championships, 6 consecutive regional championships, 5 state Final Four appearances, and how about 2 state titles, just all in the last 6 years.
Wow. Very impressive there.
Coach Sam Liggins, which is a 05 alumnus and also a state champion himself, leads this Falcon attack. Tanner tries to drive, but stopped by McCullum.
The defense is intense here. You know, no easy buckets.
And that's White with the 2-point basket from underneath.
White.
You can hear the coach calling out from the sideline, just run motion, let's see what we can get underneath. Head with the ball, and a quick shot.
Nice shot.
3-point bucket. And from outside, I would say it's fair enough to say the Falcons are red hot.
Yeah, they're shooting well. That's how you want to start the game off.
Very smart defensive play by Jesse McCullough. Off the fingertips of Demary, but he's able to regain possession. He goes to the hoop hard to the right, not able to finish. The ball goes into the hands of the Falcons.
And Lutheran East, you just got to be well pleased with their performance. I like their the way that they are just playing together, finding that, just as we've seen in the last game, teams of Western Reserve rotate the ball, find the open man, hit the shot.
The ref, because he had the play happen right in front of me, asked for a little help. They're going to give that ball to Combine, which is a turnover for the Falcons.
Now, I like old school coach here with the suit. You see a lot of guys.
Absolutely.
Look at him. He said, I'm going to go with the suit, man. He's looking good.
We noticed that on the game yesterday as well. He was looking pretty nice on the sideline. I respect that.
Yeah.
White begging for the ball from Demary. Finally gets it, but they're going to run a little rotation and pick here to Tanner with the open shot. Off the iron and into the hands of Head. Stops with the defense collapsing on Head. We'll also see what the bench play is going to be like. Lutheran East already has wins against Afrocentric. Also, they've had losses to St. Ed's and to Richmond Heights. Richmond Heights, one of the most touted teams, and the Division IV state champs from last year. We'll see them on Monday. Some would have called that a walk, but they allowed him to make that play and shoot that shot with 46 seconds left. Tanner driving hard to the hoop, and the block foul called against the Falcons, so they're going to count that basket and give him another opportunity at the line.
Yeah, nice opportunity for a three-point play for Tanner as he goes, draws the contact, and that's one thing you see at this level, Matt, is the ability for them to draw the contact, absorb it, and still continue the three-point play.
Yeah, playing through contact. Number 23, Erich Harding, comes in for the Goats. A 6'10" junior. Shot made by Tanner. Passmore put some pressure. Also put on by Tanner. Now they're trying to look of just slowing them down just a little bit, get them out of rhythm. Brashers starting the offense from the top across the timeline there into the hands of Head. And then underneath and finished with a dunk by number 4. That's TJ Crumble, the freshman. Wonder what that phone call was like for Coach Liggins. Hey, I think I'm going to transfer to Lutheran East. What's your name? TJ Crumble. Oh. And there's a shot made by Demary. The USC commit says, I see you, and I'll raise you one. Right, 16-14 is your score as we're ending the first quarter. As you can see, Demary burying a three right before time expires there. We appreciate you joining us here on the SUV TV. We'll be back with action in this highly touted defensive struggle so far. 16-14 is your score as we start the second quarter.
Where can you turn when you're in pain?
Turn where more high school, college, and pro athletes turn. Where your neighbors and weekend warriors turn. Where you'll get immediate access to expert doctors at 25 locations for surgeries, physical therapy, imaging, urgent care, and more. When you're in pain, turn to Beacon Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get superior care on your schedule. That's the Beacon difference.
As we get back to action here, Combine Academy will bring the ball out from the sideline. Brown looks to get it to Silas Demary Jr.
Been good matchups today, haven't it? Just good, close games.
Been exciting games. If you're a basketball junkie, you definitely are excited about
Yes.
what you've seen already in this first quarter, starting the second quarter here of play. Tanner with an outstretched arms to get the rebound. From Brown to Demary, he pushes Passmore down and asks for the pick from Harding. The pick and roll was there, but
he's going to get the foul.
Fouled in the process of shooting a three-pointer. That's going against number 25, who checked into the game, Ronald Taylor, for the Falcons.
Yeah, got a smooth motion there. You can just tell he's quite the player and gets the opportunity to make 3 buckets right here.
First one is good.
Nice bucket there. We were talking just a minute ago how Lutheran East, their schedule is tough, but yet they've got a lot of big wins this year.
Yeah, they've already beat Afrocentric and CVCA, which was the matchup that we had right before this touted bout between these two powerhouses. They've had wins over both of those people, so it puts them in a high standing. In fact, they've got 70 points for and 59 points against, so they're used to scoring 70-plus points per game. They're touted as the number 4 Division II team, and they're still behind Taft and Ottawa Glandorf.
Is that Cincinnati Taft?
That is, yes. With 7:22 as we started this second quarter just moments ago. 16-15, only a 1-point lead by the Falcons now.
He likes that. He nails it. McCullough with the 3-point basket.
McCullum is just, he's something special. If you're that big and can shoot, that's going to be problematic for a lot of teams in the future and maybe even into the college realm.
Yeah, to extend the floor out there on a big man like that and be able to shoot behind the arc.
Tanner trying to drive hard to the basket, using the glass, but it goes off the front of the rim and into the hands of Head, who finds an open Crum at the other end, and he's able to put it in quickly, and that's going to cause the coach for Combine to call a timeout. So thinking about it for just a second is Coach Wright, and we'll take a break also with a break in the action. This is Flyin to the Hoop, sponsored by Beacon Orthopedics. Coach Wright wanted just a moment to talk to his players. Probably not happy about the transition effort. If you're getting beat back by the opposing team, usually it just comes down to an effort issue.
Yeah. Looks like we got.
Ref said, give me my time for just a second. They're going to reset this ball here to Combine. Man-to-man defense being put on by the Falcons. Passmore gets it over to Demary. Demary with good defense on him by, I believe that's Brashers. They are going to call the foul against Head.
Yeah, you see the fans begin to move in a little bit more and more with each game, and good crowd here for tonight's matchup.
Absolutely, and they're going to see a good one as Asa White checks back into the game. Brown checks out. When you can bring off the bench another 6'9" guy, that's pretty impressive. He has 27 blocks, and here's a Crum to take it and flush it down.
And that's how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah. Crumble showing himself early in this contest, but Passmore again says, I'll take your 2 and raise you 1 and make it 3, and unfortunately Crumble.
Yeah, a little injury there.
He's going to have to stop. If I were to guess, he probably landed on the ankle as we see him finish at the other end with the dunk.
Yeah.
Comes back this time, Passmore with the shot, and he comes down on the foot of another player from
might need
the
to walk that
Falcons.
one off. Hopefully that's all it is, just walk it off. And that's what he's looked like he's trying to do.
But unfortunately, he's struggling just to get off the side of the court there, so tenacious defense put on by Combine, which I'm sure was one of the conversations that Coach had, but unfortunately they left somebody open, and that somebody was Anthony Bruce for 3.
Nice
Demary.
take.
That's 2 quick ones on Head.
Foul number 1, Cody Head, his second, team 5th.
It's going to be 5 fouls for the Falcons, only 2 for Combine. So there's a chance that the Falcons could get pushed into bonus here early in the second quarter.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Stay out of foul trouble if you can. Demary, that offense is going through him right now. And there you see why.
Exactly. As he pulls up with defense on him and a little bit of contact, he's able to put that one down. 26-20 now is your score as the visiting Falcons up by 6. Combine, the home team in white. McCullum with the rare miss. It goes off the back of the iron, and actually it's going to stay here with the Falcons. Trying to get Bruce an open look. He runs through a couple picks. Still doesn't find the opening that he's looking for. Head underneath. McCullum with the soft toss and hopefully trying to get a dunk there into the hands of number 2, which is Nelson Johnson, but it worked against the Combine Academy Goats and ended up in a foul.
Foul number 14, Rakease Passmore.
Yeah, Lutheran East, if you're them, you just want to keep playing your game. One thing I notice about the teams that are winning, they're composed, they're not rushing shots, they're a very well-coached team, and, just rotate the ball, find the open man, hit the shot, rebound hard. That's it. And when you get pressing, sometimes is when you make mistakes. Nice shot there.
Nelson putting that one down as well. 27-20 is now your score as Silas Demary Jr. brings the ball up and crosses the half-court mark. Passmore looking for the pass but doesn't get it. Underneath is Kendall Campbell trying to find a space, and Demary finds all the space he needs, even with McCullum in his face.
Nice.
That'll give him 10 for the game so far of the 22 for the Goats. Johnson gets it to McCullum with good defensive on him. That's Campbell.
Yeah, McCullough, he's ready to shoot when he touches it, and he's making a lot of buckets right now.
Campbell driving, loses control of the ball with the help of defense by Nelson, but it'll stay on this side of the court for the Goats.
See the size, athleticism, and the coordination. When you grow this quick, these kids are some 16, 17-year-old kids, and your coordination is that good at 17 years old.
Right.
It's phenomenal to watch these kids play.
Asa White back into the game for Combine. He's going to try to get the ball to Silas Demary with a ton of contact. He's still able to put the ball in. That's 12 for him now with 3:30 left in this second quarter. Head, who had 2 quick fouls on him, is able to stay in the game so far. And he wants to finish that by getting a rebound and putting it back up, but it falls a little outside of the iron. Silas with a couple moves to the left. He's kind of feeling the hot hand, but that's a big block by Head there that puts the ball out of bounds, and it's going to give the ball to the Goats underneath.
Yeah, Combine's keeping the game close, yeah. Demary there goes in, gets blocked on that shot, but Demery's your offense. It's going through him right now, and he's playing good basketball.
Pretty clean block there. Just he ended up going out of bounds, so that's what caused the reset of this offense. This time Brown has it. He gets it back to Demary. Demary surveying what he sees in front of him, calls for the pick by White. White gives him that, then just lets him turn and shoot. Crumble gets the rebound, gives it to Bruce, and Bruce then gives it over to Head. This time there's going to be a timeout on the court by the Falcons, and we'll take a timeout here at Flyin to the Hoop, sponsored by Beacon Orthopedics.
And we are back here, Kettering, Ohio, for Flyin to the Hoop. Lutheran East up against Combine Academy, 27-24. 2:42 left here in the half as Lutheran East takes the ball up the court. He's double team over to Bruce for the three-point bucket, and it's good. Bruce with a 3-point shot gives a 30-24 lead for the Falcons. Demary, who the ball is going through his hands for the offense. Over to number 14, Passmore. Passmore goes up and drops the bucket in. 2-point. 30-26 game right now. 2 minutes left here in the first half. Bruce does a crossover, drives in, kicks it out. 3-point basket, no good. And Combine's going to come away with the rebound. They're going to push it up court. Goes in, rejected. Passmore over to number 2. Collin Tanner with a 3-point bucket. 30-29. 1-point lead here for Lutheran East as Combine has battled to make it a 1-point ball game. Bruce is going to bring it around the end, and they're going to miss the handle on that. Going to be Combine Academy ball with 1:16 left here in the half.
Into the game for the Falcons, number 11, Chauncey Grasham.
And Combine's going to come up. Demery's going to bring the ball up court as the offense has went through him most of this second half.
Nelson not letting White try to establish that pick at the top of the key as Tanner's willing to take that long three-pointer, and he makes it.
And that is back-to-back. Back-to-back action, 3-pointers for Tanner.
Coach said he can heat up at any time. That's why he's earned that spot on the starting rotation.
To have a shooter like that is what you want on your roster, what you want in your lineup.
As Combine's able to take the lead by 2 points here, 32-30 with 36 seconds left. Falcons look for the last shot as the offense gets set up. Goes into the hands of Bruce. He gets it to McCullum. Unfortunately, that's going to go out of bounds. I think McCullum was looking for Crumble to cut into the lane, and Crumble stayed outside of the lane.
One away. Yeah, Demery's their guy this game. He's going to bring the ball up. He's going to be a lot of their offense. He's got 12 points in the first half. I'm going to try to make something happen here with about 10 seconds left.
8-7. He knows it's time to go. They kick it out to White. White, unfortunately.
Passmore doesn't pass it up, does he?
The Falcons felt like there was a travel there in the corner, but this is going to end with a 2-point advantage to the Goats as we see 32-30, our halftime score, which is going to be right around a little bit under what you would expect both these teams to score in a game. They're going to set the clock to 10 minutes, and we'll count it down to about 2 before we come back on the air. Thank you for joining us at the SUVTV.com for this matchup between the Combine Goats and the Lutheran East Falcons. We'll be back to you in just a moment.
Where can you turn when you're in pain? Turn where more high school, college, and pro athletes turn. Where your neighbors and weekend warriors turn. Where you'll get immediate access to expert doctors at 25 locations for surgeries, physical therapy, imaging, urgent care, and more. When you're in pain, turn to Beacon Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get superior care on your schedule. That's the Beacon difference.
And we're back to the action here with just about a minute as these teams get reset for the second half. EJ, looking at the stat sheet, a couple things stick out. Always the first thing as a coach you look at is turnovers. Lutheran East has coughed up 6 times the ball, where Combine has only given it up 3 times. As you see some of the highlights from the first half, it's been Demary for the most part scoring. That was a great block by Head in that particular exchange, but it looks like Demary's been the leader of the offense so far for Combine.
Yeah, he's been the guy dropping some threes, as you see there, and just touching the ball every time he brings it up course. They are running their whole offense through Demary, and he is playing exceptional basketball.
And playing with tough competition against him, not only in skill and size, but also just physical.
Yeah.
Very physical team going against him.
It's a physical game. As you see, both teams that are duking it out, 32-30, close game. McCullough playing well for Lutheran East. Interesting to see McCullough, who has offers from Alabama, Ohio State, Michigan. He is a player, you can tell. The big man knows how to navigate around a basketball court.
And I'm sure you can't tell where my bias would lie there and my hopes of where he ends up.
You're hoping he's at Michigan, I'm sure.
I would think the Maize and Blue would do well to get him on their team, but we'll see how that works out for this young man. Still has a year to go and prepare.
Oh, that's it. He's a junior.
That's right. He's got some size still to put on, and that's what the main thing is when you change to the college game, is what your body look like.
Yeah, he's banging down there now.
Against the already committed Campbell, who's going to Elon.
But look at that play. Nice athletic ability to get up. When you can jump like that, no one can really block your shot at that point.
Kind of a little hook.
And that looked like that was the play drawed up. Feed it to the big man. Let's see if he can get us a bucket here.
32-32 is your score. Campbell wants to trade baskets with him. He's able to do that through the contact of McCullum. Now, as a man that used to spend time in the post, I love the idea of the rest of this game going through the boxes.
Yeah, yeah. And they are. They're playing it physical. Yeah.
Clear out with his left arm, and that's going to be his third. That's Head, who picked up 2 quick ones in the second quarter. That's going to be his third that go along with his 3 points. You can see Campbell, as he finishes with the left hand, gets the roll. And again, that's just rep after rep after rep in practice, where you're going against good competition and physical competition.
Nice soft hands by the big man Campbell. Reminds me of a man at UC about 20 years ago by the name of Danny Fortson.
Absolutely. Oh, wanted to take that one all the way to the hoop and dunk it. But in the process, it goes out of bounds. They're saying it went off of his leg and then out of bounds. I think some of the Combine faithful wanted a foul called on that one. That's Brasher's. Jesse's got the ball at the top of the key, thinking it's 5 seconds. It was awful close. Head with Silas Demary Jr. on him. Asa White outside on TJ Crumble. Crumble with a quick shot. Recovery by the Falcons and the block by White. White had 27 blocks coming into the game the other night. He had one then, and he has one here, which means he's going to have 29. And the finish by Passmore.
Passmore doesn't pass up an opportunity to score, does he?
And I'll tell you, coach for Combine, Michael Wright, said, you know, I may have 3 future NBA players, and he feels Passmore is an opportunity to go and get his name called by Adam Silver at some point.
Wow. Quite the compliment there.
McCullum losing the handles twice. It does go out of bounds against McCullum into the hands of the Goats.
Yes, and Combine is coming out here and playing aggressive and playing some good defense.
You wonder what Coach Wright said to his players at halftime, because they've definitely put a different amount of effort on the defensive side. The fadeaway 2 is good by Tanner. All of a sudden, a 6-point lead is extended by the Goats.
Yeah, and look, you got 3 guys in double digits for Combine. Talking about everybody getting a shot here. I'm sorry, there's one with 9 points, but.
Yeah, that's Passmore putting in 9 so far. Picking up defense against Brashers. TJ Crum gets it blocked by White, and that's going to be another one for him. So he's got 2 so far in this game. Demary Jr. stops. and gets the roll off the back of the iron. That's just good body control. And Lutheran East, the Lou as they call them,
the Lou
calls timeout, and we're going to see this
Demary.
play.
Nice. Absorbs the body, finishes. Nice play.
Against McCullum, that's quite a tall task. And we're going to take just a break while we have a moment. We're bringing you by Beacon Orthopedics, Flying to the Hoop.
Where can you turn when you're in pain? Turn where more high school, college, and pro athletes turn. Where your neighbors and weekend warriors turn. Turn to Beacon Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get superior care on your schedule. That's the Beacon difference.
So after the quick timeout by the Falcons, they'll get the ball this time against full court pressure as White's chasing down Head. He gets the ball and fakes it over White's head, but White doesn't move. He's got defense all the way out on the perimeter.
Nice
Head
move.
takes a shot. It's a quick one.
Nice putback.
And the putback is by number 25. That's Ronald Taylor.
Nice pass. Draws the defense, kicks it out.
Taylor with a rebound off the Passmore miss. Into the hands of Brashers. Brashers to Head. Crumble loses it, and it goes out of bounds. Lutheran East, just to let you know, from that first half was 7 to 10, 7 out of 10 3-pointers made.
That's a good percentage.
As Combine was 4 out of 9. Yeah, anytime you can shoot 70% from behind the arc, you got to be feeling good about your chances in the game. So Silas Demary Jr. had a great conversation with his dad. Actually caught me on the way back up here to the booth. And Tanner finishes strong with something in the face. So Tanner gets the technical foul because he did get in the face of the opponent that he had just beat to the rim. And his coach, Coach Wright, is going to say, what in the world are you doing? That great play in the lane, but he screams in the face of that defender that he beat to the middle of the basket.
Nice play, but don't show them up. They're going to give you that about every time.
So to the line goes TJ Crumble. So they're putting the ball in the hands of, oh no, I'm sorry, that's Head. I apologize. That's Cody Head to the line. The senior's going to take these technical foul shots. They will also receive the ball after he finishes this second attempt. Unfortunately for the Lou, both of those don't fall.
Yeah, you got to hit your free throws when you get the opportunity. That's why they're called free. You got to take advantage of that.
Coach Liggins, again, a state championship himself, champion himself, wanting to get these guys to that same level, understands that this is the type of competition they're going to see against teams like Taft and, again, Afrocentric that they had success with earlier. McCullum for three off the back of the iron. Tanner quickly gets it out to Passmore. Passmore tries to go over the top of his defender, but the ball's going to land in the hands of Campbell. Campbell looking to get rid of it. He drives to the hoop with defense on him. Passmore with a quick switch.
Nice play by Passmore to go up. Almost JUCO completely under the defender and still make it.
Shows right hand, finishes left hand. And a quick turnaround there because that's going to be an offensive foul called as you see Kendall Campbell get it to Passmore.
Nice
goes up
play.
with the right, switches to the left, and finishes strong.
Yeah.
And then on this other end, the player control foul is going to end it with the ball in the hands of the Goats.
Yeah, very nice there by Passmore. A lot of juniors here, that can play incredible basketball for Combine.
Yeah, Kendall Campbell's the senior commit. Looks like the other way is Crumble, and he's going to dunk that.
Oh, and he just did the same thing.
He'll get a foul. He'll get a technical as well.
Wow. So TJ Crumble gets up in the face as we just seen.
Sorry, that's Head. I keep on confusing Head with Crumble, so it's actually Head all by himself with the dunk and the flush, but he then turns around and gets in Collin Tanner's hand after he picks his pocket. He goes the other way, finishes strong. And a little bit too much chatter.
He was ready to get that out, but you just let your play do the talking here. Now you're giving some free points here to Combine. Demery's going to go to the line.
So far, nothing's hurts. You know, they'll get another shot here at making this one hurt a little bit. Anthony Bruce checking back into the game for the Falcons. That one's no good either. So both technical fouls ended in no points. Combine is going to get the ball on this side of the timeline.
Also checking into the game for the Falcons, number 2, Nelson Johnson.
Johnson checking back in for the Falcons as well. Silas Demary Jr., the USC commitment, has already been established for him. He's excited to go play with Collier over there. Both of them will be coming in as freshmen next year. That should be an exciting duo to watch.
Yes.
Asa White to Demary Jr. Partial deflection. Crumble with the rebound. He'll get it into the hands of Bruce. Bruce to Brashers. Brashers to McCullum. Wanted to give it inside, but
Demary.
Stolen by Demary Jr. Finishing almost with the left hand. It'll go out of bounds. Brashers' quick hands made it impossible for him to get that shot off.
And that's exactly right. Quick hands to be able to strip that ball out of Demary shows you how quick he is. And Combine's going to inbound the ball, but very nice defensive play there by Lutheran East.
Passmore with the ball. Guarded heavily by Brashers. He takes it into the lane with a lot of contact. That's either going to be on Bruce or Brashers. We'll get this call here in just a second. That's going to be against Brashers. Number 11 commits the foul. That's going to be his first.
You know, it's interesting watching these athletes play. It's nothing for them to put these games on ESPN, some of their games. And so these guys are used to the big moment and the big tournaments like this that they play in. And it's just an incredible display of athleticism.
Passmore making the first one, 45-36. And that's the way it'll stay here for just a moment. So if you're Lutheran East, it's been a little cold on the offensive side for a little while now. Full court pressure getting put on, but it quickly gets removed as Passmore's just given a little bit of extra bump here on this side of the backcourt. Brashers, with plenty of confidence in his dribbling skills, calls for the pick, but he goes ahead and takes it to the lane. McCullum gets it back to Bruce, tries the pick and roll, gets some space underneath, and McCullum gets it,
Nice
dumps
pass.
it into Nelson. Nelson misses the layup. Did have good defense put on him. Demary Jr. by way of White gets it to Passmore. Campbell trying to get the rebound, but it slips out of his hands. But it will stay on this side of the court for the Combine Goats.
Yeah, 9-point game. If you're Lutheran East, you're just trying to hang here and just keep it close as you go into the fourth quarter and keep it a tight game.
Trying to get the ball in is Demary Jr. Passmore with defense put on him by Bruce. Demary Jr. fakes, takes one step to the left, and
Beautiful.
buries the three-pointer.
Yeah, just enough to get him in the air, steps over, squares his feet and shoulders, and nails the three. That's how it's done.
Combine calls the timeout. It's going to be a full timeout, so we'll take a full timeout worth of time here as we break in the action at Flyin to the Hoop, sponsored by Beacon Orthopedics. As we come back to this action, which has been exciting throughout this game, it has turned into a 12-point lead for the Combine Goats, who's starting to stretch this out with just 1:13 left. They're going to call Bruce for a player control foul, a moving screen, or a push-off. That's just his first. Cody Head with 4 fouls, which could cause some trouble late into this game, especially in the fourth quarter if he's needed.
You know, Demery's a high IQ player. When you have a point guard that can also shoot like him and score points, nice bucket there by number 4, Kendall Campbell. But, you know, when you have a high IQ guard like that, the ball runs through it, it makes a lot of other things happen as well.
Lutheran East with a double pick, trying to get Bruce free, but Campbell switches. He's on Bruce outside and wide. Now Tanner switches over to Bruce. Campbell's outside of the three-point arc with Passmore underneath against McCollum.
Nice rotation. Just can't finish, but it was a good rotation there.
Kind of hot and cold streaks throughout the game for the Lutheran East Falcons, and right now kind of cold.
Yeah, McCullough started hot, was hitting a lot of buckets, kind of cooled off, and now Combine stretching this lead to 14, but here's an opportunity.
Good ball movement. Bruce
nice
finishing around that, but unfortunately it won't go in as it goes off the back of the iron and then outside of the rim. So with 3 quarters in the books, they'll reset the clock to 8 minutes. We'll start the fourth quarter here in just a moment. 50-36, a 14-point lead by the Combine Goats. Join us in just a second for fourth quarter action.
Supermarket sushi, really?
No. Wait, Troy, you work here?
I'm never not working. Like Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology, up to 100% dandruff protection, even between washes.
Never not working, huh?
Oh, Troy, you're such a good teacher.
Yeah, I know. Never not working. Never not working. Never, ever not working.
Are you serious?
Never not working. Dandruff protection that's never not working. Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology.
So we're going to finish out this fourth quarter with a 14-point lead as 8 minutes has been put back on the clock. Lutheran East feeling their time, starting to constrict just a little bit. Air's getting hard to come by in this arena as we're starting to fill up.
Yeah.
It's a great environment for this showcase, Flyin to the Hoop in its 20th edition.
Isn't it? And not only is it great basketball teams, but a great basketball venue. One of the nicest high school basketball courts around.
Absolutely beautiful. That's why I had the pleasure of watching my son play here for a couple years.
Your little tournament games, yep.
It is. It was a fantastic venue then and still is. One that's hosting a great event in Flyin to the Hoop. Looks like an extra step was taken by Tanner. So that's going to be a turnover for Combine. That's exactly what Lutheran East needs. They need a couple things to happen for them. First, they need extra possessions caused by turnovers. Number 2, they need to move just a little bit quicker in their offensive sets than they've been for the first 3 quarters. Back cut approached by Head. Doesn't find the opening he wants. He stops and pops in and out.
Yeah, almost dropped it. Now you're at the, if you're Lutheran East, you're wanting to keep them close because Combine could pull away. Passmore's got great moves.
Very shifty with his hands.
Yeah.
Passmore, one of the gentlemen that Coach Wright said could be getting his name called by Silver at some point later on in his life. Head to Taylor. Taylor's shot is off the mark. Silas Demary Jr. will bring the ball up on the right-hand side of the lane. He drives, switches over to the left, and thinks twice about it, so he pulls the ball out as Brashers puts defense on him. Picks up his dribble and gets the ball over to Passmore. Campbell, who's trying to find a space there in the lane where he can just own a little bit of real estate, is not able to move Taylor out of the way. Tanner drives, switches hands twice. And what looks like a potential block is turned into a foul by McCullum.
Now, Lutheran East has had some very big wins this year. As we've talked about, it's going to be tough to pull this one out. But, I mean, when you play a schedule like they play, I mean, these losses are going to happen. You're not going to run the table, and you're going to have losses that might potentially happen like tonight. But a great, great team nonetheless.
What's interesting is this venue allows other teams that are playing later on. So I saw the Brush, Ohio team that's going to be playing Taft tomorrow all come in as a team, and they're sitting in the audience now trying to watch some basketball as they wait for their game tomorrow. Tanner makes the second. 52-36, and that lead just keeps on stretching and stretching and stretching.
They're finishing, and that's what you want to do as a basketball team, is finish.
A deflection by Demary. Bruce with a quick shot from the side, and that goes in.
Yeah, need a couple of those to kind of get you give you a little firepower and get you back in this game.
And if you're combined, do you keep the pedal down, or are you willing to eat a little clock off here?
Yeah, I think they just pulled it out there. Well, another turnover here.
Bruce intelligently stops because he did not have the numbers. McCullum sets his feet.
There he goes. That's what
and there's a three and a quick timeout by the McCullum coach. So Liggins decides he wants to talk about it after they score 6 points back-to-back and turn this into just a 10-point deficit with 5:39 left in the fourth.
Yeah, nice 6-0 run. It's basketball. People, can hit the threes, as Lutheran East does. And McCullough, man, what a shooter to be that big, 6'10", and to drop those.
Reminds me of you, right, when you're in your playing days, but just a little different in size, I think.
You know, I think the three-point bucket is a fun thing. It's a great, makeup for the guys who don't have height. You got shooters can shoot three, but when you can take a guy like that, who can shoot inside and outside and has got game all over, he's going to make some college team very happy. And just me. Could be an immediate impact player. May not be a starter, but can definitely come off the bench. This kid's a junior and just playing some ball. 16 points so far in this game.
Still with a somewhat even spread along the scoreboard there. So number 4 for Lutheran East is Crumble. He's got 6. Number 1 is Head. He's got 8. And Bruce has 9 points as well, where you see 3 people in double digits for combine. Full court pressure needing to be applied. Picks him up full court, does Brashers on Demary Jr. To White goes the ball underneath to Tanner. Feels he has some space underneath. He misses it, tries to get his own rebound, and on the second tip-in is able to get that to go down.
Yeah, nice follow-up by Tanner. Again, playing some good basketball, making himself a starter on this combine team.
You have to get stops if you're Lutheran East. Not only do you need points, you have to get them to stop scoring. If you're just going to trade buckets, this game is already over. Passmore gets the rebound off the errant shot. Getting it to Brown with McCullum all the way out, stretching that defense way past the three-point arc. Brashers and Bate and Passmore going to the hoop. Passmore with a slight size advantage there is able to get that shot off. It didn't go down, so he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, super athletic. You can get to the bucket, draw the foul, and now Passmore with the opportunity to add to his point total tonight as he has 12.
First one's good.
Passmore with 13 points tonight.
And another one's good. Yeah, I tell you, he's got a smooth stroke.
He's smooth. Yes, he is.
Full pressure being put on by Combine Academy. No opening underneath. with Asa White on McCullum. They try to get it in, but they're going to call White for the quick foul as he was over the shoulder of Jesse there. So underneath the basket, the ball will go, and a play being called in from the sideline by Coach Liggins.
Yeah, 14-point lead now for Combine, and Lutheran East is trying to hang close for these last 4.5 minutes. It's going to be a tough task.
Bruce gets the ball to Brashers. Brashers takes a quick three.
Nice.
Much needed 3-point. Now you got it down to 11 with 4:17 left. But again, the idea is you have to get stops. Trading buckets is not going to do anything for you.
Got to stop and score.
Coach Liggins is calling his defense out for more help. White using his body underneath, turns. Nice little floater with his right hand, finishes. That's only his 4th point, but he's had some big plays and big minutes.
Yeah, and that's it. You know, in basketball, there's a couple things I always tell my players. There's a lot of you can help us, but there's a lot of you can hurt us. Just don't hurt us. Play good defense. If you don't have the shot, don't force the shot. You know, just don't hurt us, because your time will come where you're going to get the open look. If you can get that, you may have a guy that only has 4 or 6 points, but is an integral part of your win.
Crumble, the freshman,
Nice.
turning and using the glass. Absolutely.
How tall is Crumble? He looks like a pretty good size for a
Let's see.
freshman.
They list him at we'll get you a size here in just a second. 6'7".
Wow, as a freshman?
Yeah.
I didn't know you could be that big as a freshman. He's got a bright future ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Very bright future ahead.
You mentioned shot selection. I think it's so important. As you said, an open shot is not necessarily a bad shot. Tanner with a dunk. They're not all going to go in, but an open shot is what you want to take. It's those that are contested so bad that you know you shouldn't, and sometimes you do anyway.
Yeah.
Brashers with an open look doesn't fall on the rebound to Demary Jr. We call that one pass and pop. So if it's just one single pass and all of a sudden you're putting the ball up, you haven't wasted a lot of time, which if you're the Falcons, you can't waste a lot of time. If you're Combine, you want a few extra passes.
Yeah, there's time you want to milk the clock, and there's time you just can't. You've got to be efficient with your shooting and be timely.
Trap doesn't get set in time by Lutheran East. Combine's able to dribble out of it. And this point, the turnover is going to happen, though, and as Passmore touches the ball off the right-hand side of Crumble, it's going to be considered an intentional foul. I thought I saw him put up. Yep, they're going to call that an intentional foul. They don't feel he was going for the ball. Let's see if we can see that again. Passmore, I'll be honest with you, just from my perspective there's Crumble. It looks like he actually did touch the ball even, but maybe I could be wrong, so that's considered a technical foul. They'll get 2 shots in the ball. Foul shots for both teams at this point have been a little bit of an issue.
Yeah, and that's one thing you want to clean up for the young fellas is just to work on that. You don't need anybody around to do it. You can go to a gym, you can go in your driveway, and you can just work on your free throws.
Yeah, misses both of those. One piece of coaching advice for those, if people even want it or not, is make sure that you're practicing those foul shots after running sprints, because you're never going to have a time
how those
where,
legs feel.
Yeah, you're never going to have time where you just kind of are leisurely walking around and they say, hey, shoot these 2 foul shots. So back into the hands.
Matt, that's coaching. That's free, folks.
Yeah,
you just got that free coaching advice.
Free of charge. The ball
Let the
back,
legs get tired and shoot them free throws.
back into the hands of Crumble to Brashers. Doesn't have a lot of time to waste. He's got to get something going, and Taylor, unfortunately, not expecting the ball to come to him there as he was driving to the hoop, loses the ball out of bounds, and the full court pressure is being put on by the Falcons as Demary Jr. just says clear out and let Passmore do his thing.
Minute 38 here. And now, if you're Combine, you're just doing your best to run this clock out with a 13-point lead.
And if you're Coach Wright, you got to feel pretty good about your travels back to North Carolina.
Passmore passes it up.
It's going to stay on this side because it went off the hands of a Falcon. Checking back into the game is Bruce for Taylor. But you come up here to Kettering, Ohio, you win 2. One of them was an overtime contest against one of the premier prep teams out of the Midwest, and that's Keystone Academy. Tanner, who gets blocked but gets his own, I guess, rejection, if you will, is able to dribble out and take more time off the clock. So if you ever want to get blocked, this might be the time for it. Asa White, as he goes up, gets fouled by McCullum. That's going to send him to the line.
Big body there for 25. Physical player there for Asa White, 6'9".
That'll be the 4th foul on McCullum.
Nice bucket there.
White with the first one.
Combine bringing in a few of the guys off the bench to get some playing time here.
Yeah, Harding getting some time as he did earlier in the game.
Number 12, Elhadii Diallo. And the 23, Erich Harding.
Harding hits them both. There you go.
Checking in for the shooter is Diallo. So Diallo into the game for White. Finding some time here at the end with 1:06 left, 62-47. As Combine feels relatively confident, they pull the full court pressure off. Now Passmore's at the top of a 1-2-2. Crumble trying to finish around the hoop. He'll get fouled and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, the tempo slowed down a bit to finish this game. It's kind of anticlimactic. Now we're just shooting some free throws, and with a 15-point lead, going to be very difficult for Lutheran East to get back in this. Crumble's going to shoot a couple and make the first one.
Crumble at the line for the foul.
We had mentioned earlier that Coach Wright is impressive in his suit and tie. Well,
tie's loosed up now.
Something must have happened during the game to get that tie a little bit loose. He said it's time to get some extra air in here. So
that's right. I like it.
Makes that one.
Ladies and gentlemen, watch TJ Crumble. He's going to be a force here in a few years. 6'7" freshman.
Into the game, Alan Mallory, number 5. A 2-3 zone look is what you're going to see to finish this game by Lutheran East. As they understand what's going to happen here in just the next few moments, they're going to just pass this ball around, and they'll choose not to foul. Just a few more passes as 28 seconds now left on the clock. Gets the ball into the corner. Unfortunately, that's a turnover as they're trying to just let the time run out. Harding turns the ball over to Lutheran East. Passmore going to the ref and saying, hey, I don't care if we're up already and the game's almost over. I want that ball.
Yeah. He's got a lot of heart playing to the final whistle, even with the 13-point lead. So you got to love that out of him.
So congratulations to the Combine Academy Goats. Again, in this showcase, they've won 2 games and done a great job in that process. An overtime win against the Keystone Kings, and then a win here against the Lutheran East Falcons. This game's going to end 62-49 is your final score. EJ, I appreciate you joining me this evening. It's been a fun experience here at Flyin to the Hoop, sponsored by Beacon Orthopedics. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.